Well, as you heard there in Nick Witchell's report, guests from around the world travelled to commemorate the anniversary in Runnymede today, including a delegation of American lawyers who view the Magna Carta as a foundation of the U.S. Constitution. William Hubbard, president of the American Bar Association, spoke about the Charter's significance.
In this field were born precepts that made possible the United States Constitution. But while some things have changed, the overarching message remains constant. Magna Carta has advanced important human rights through centuries and throughout democracies all around the world.
And please say, William has joined us now. Welcome. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
You gave the speech and you've really sort of demonstrated that link that the U.S. feels to the Magna Carta, your own constitution.
It's a powerful link. The American Bar Association has always been interested in reaffirming the importance of Magna Carta. It was in 1957 that 9,000 lawyers in the U.S. gave the money to erect the monument at Runnymede to memorialize Magna Carta, and we've raised some additional funds and we've come back and we've refurbished it, but the most important thing is that we're here to make the public aware of the importance of Magna Carta, certainly in the U.S. and around the world. It is the foundation of America's constitutional democracy.
Give us a sense of just what the U.S. Constitution means to an American, because we don't always understand that.
Well, it's the most revered, well, the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution and the subsequent Bill of Rights are the most iconic documents in American history, but you trace the words in those documents directly back to Magna Carta, the concepts of due process of law, trial by jury. When the colonists arrived from England, they brought with them the concepts of freedom and rights as Englishmen, and they made manifest those principles in the state constitutions, and that later became our U.S. Constitution.
So we gave you the Magna Carta and you decided you didn't want to have anything more to do with us. This was how independence was born.
We like those principles. We thought those principles were transcendent.
Yeah. And does it seem to you odd that the UK doesn't really have a constitution? Is that something that seems unfathomable?
It is a little curious to an American, because we parse those words. Anytime we have a case or a law or a public discussion, we're always talking about the Constitution of the United States and what it means.
Yeah, it's true, isn't it? I mean, it's something that every school kid knows off by heart, all the limits. So when you look back at the Magna Carta, what do you think the sort of, if you could single out the most fundamental clause?
The most fundamental principle from Magna Carta is that no one is above the law. Thomas Paine said right before the Revolution, in America, law is king. And so it was the idea that the people had some control over their destiny, and they were not subject to the unfettered discretion of the sovereign.
And does it worry you when you think of, you know, the way, I mean, I'm going back to things like habeas corpus, or the holding on to people without trial. If you compare Guantanamo and what's happened under sort of administrations with what the message of the Magna Carta says then, do you have problems reconciling that? Well,
there are always challenges. There are always disputes about what the Constitution means, what those rights and what due process of law means, what being detained means without access to habeas corpus. And it's the application to the specific facts that lawyers argue about, and judges have to decide where those boundaries are.
It's great to have you here. Thank you very much for coming, William Hubbard.